Right, welcome. So today, this is going to be a pretty well. It's going to be an interesting video because there's a bit of craft involved in this one. What I'm going to do, so you saw that I made the box the other day. So I'm going to carve bread on. Use a computer. I'm going to create the letters. We've got the template or stencil glued onto the timber. I would use some sort of non-marking glue, but I couldn't find any, and all I got is some double-sided sticky tape. It's really important that you do stick it down throughout the letters, because as you're chiseling away the letters, they start to sort of flap around a bit. It makes it very difficult. So if they're fully stuck down, that won't happen. So anyway, I've centered it all on the piece there, like you go. And next thing, I've selected a range of chisels. I've got some flat ones, which would be for the flat edges and whatever. I've also got a couple of curved ones as well. This really does call for razor sharp edge as well. The other thing you're going to need is you're going to need a mallet. So I've got this big mallet, haven't I? But really, this small mallet is the way to go on this. And a lot of this, the technique is going to be pushing in rather than hitting. But so I do my narrower chisels in a figure of 8 because I find it keeps the edges squarer when you're sharpening them. I don't know why, it just seems to do it. Right, I don't think we're far away there, so let's see how good or not good this actually is. Alright, well, definitely says bread. I think it'll look alright when I'll give it a little bit of a sand up. When I first finished it, or when we finished it, as you can see, it looked really dry, and it didn't look great. But when you actually then are able to get your chisel back in, just retouch it, and also when you actually reapply some Danish oil and get it into the numbers and everything, it really starts to become effective. And there's a few things that I'm not entirely happy with, but I think it's one of those things that it's never going to be absolutely crack on, and it's always to the eye of the person who actually made it would always say, "Oh yeah, I could have done that a bit better, I could have done this a bit better." But ultimately, I'm quite happy with it. I think it looks all right. And it's one of those things that, you know, the more you do it, the better you'll become at it. But it's it's one of those things that you very rarely you're very rarely going to do because ultimately it takes a long time to do, and no one's going to pay you a load of money to carve some letters in when, you know, stick it through a CNC or something like that, and it'll do it in minutes and do something like that. But ultimately, I'm quite happy with it. So there you go. And as I say, if you like what you've seen, then like the video and subscribe, because there's plenty more of this.